Howdy all. We're just having a look at belonging and how it's represented in As You Like It. I'm going to give you some hints and tips, and you can go and look a little further into your plays itself. So I'm going to have a quick look at some characters, probably get through Oliver, Orlando and Rosalind and Celia, and then I'll do the other four a little bit later on in a different vid. Okay, so two characters, Oliver and Orlando, they're brothers. Initially, Act 1, Scene 1, we see that Oliver has apparently been mistreating Orlando. Okay, technically, Oliver can do whatever he likes. He's the older brother. He can do whatever he wants with the money, but it seems that he's treating Orlando with a lot less respect than he needs to. He keeps me rustically at home unkept, no better than a peasant, and at this point in time, we really think that maybe Orlando is overplaying how he's being treated by Oliver. Then when Oliver and Orlando actually do, come together and have a talk, Oliver says to Orlando, "Wilt thou lay hands on me, villain?" Villain being a ye-olde word for, a peasant. So he's actually, insinuating that he is a peasant-like. So there's certainly that very negative treatment, which certainly causes distrust, dislike, disharmony, dis-anything. But later on in the play, we find that there is a rekindling of the brotherly love, and they overcome their difficulties. Orlando, being our protagonist and hero, an all-round wonderful guy, is very forgiving of Oliver, and Oliver certainly has the realization that he's been a super douche and that he needs to change. When Oliver is actually telling Celia and Rosalind that he was saved by Orlando from the lion, and they talk about, you had a brother. Orlando had a brother who was annoying and did the wrong thing. Then he says, for well I know he was unnatural. He's saying he knows he did the wrong thing. Okay, and the third quote on the page that you can see here, "'Twas I, but 'tis not I. Yes, I am that brother, but I'm not that person you've heard of." Okay, so there's the repetition of that and the realization. Okay, and I suppose the main thing is the second quote there, "But kindness nobler ever than revenge." Okay, he's basically saying that Orlando, our hero, kindness and nobility are inbuilt in Orlando, and he's always going to be the bigger man and do the better thing than just revenge. Okay, Rosalind and Celia, these guys are cousins, okay, and basically the whole way through, As You Like It is basically a love fest between the two of them. Everything they do pretty much is to make the other person happy, and everybody else in the play kind of knows this. Charles, who's the big wrestler dude, in Act 1, Scene 1, she would have followed her exile or died to stay behind her. Never two ladies loved as they do. So it's the fact that everybody can see this. Okay, the only person that doesn't seem to be able to see this connection between the two of them in this sense of belonging is Duke Frederick, who is Celia's dad. He decides to banish Rosalind. Basically, Rosalind's dad, Duke Senior, has been a bad dude. He hasn't really, but... So Frederick's trying to get anybody that can be a negative influence on anyone out of the place. So Celia uses great hyperbole. "I cannot live out of her company." It's basically saying, look, Dad, if you chuck Rosalind out of here, I'm going to. All right. The second quote there, "Let my father seek another heir." Okay, is basically Celia choosing not to belong. Okay, if you want Rosalind to go, then find yourself someone else to be your heir, which is a really big thing to say, certainly back in those days. When they are leaving and they get to choose their own name, Celia chooses to highlight the fact that she feels alienated from the court and from her father when she chooses the name Elania. Okay, and certainly she sees this as a really positive thing. Okay, liberty meaning freedom and positivity and something amazing happen, and not to banishment. And banishment meaning a very negative, thrown out kind of thing. She's seeing this as a real positive. So it really does highlight the fact that Celia chooses not to belong.